Yo, what's up guys, Juka here, welcome back to another video guys. Today, trade recap on the Nasdaq that I took. Today I made $495, the trade in Nasdaq, and yeah, let's go through it. So this is a very quick trade recap actually, and today is also a special day because yeah, I'll tell you after. So for our draws on liquidity, we have these 4 hour lows, not much. We also have these 4 hour highs to the upside, and these 4 hour highs made in Asian session, so right here. Other than that, we have 1 hour highs right here, 1 hour highs right here, and 1 hour highs right here. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much for draws on liquidity for the day, and that's pretty much it that we had. Pre-market, we actually create a bullish SMT. The Nasdaq does not sweep out these lows right here, these 1 hour lows, also London session lows, but yes, sweeps them out. So we create a bullish SMT right there. Market opens, we yes, does not come down to sweep out these lows, these London session lows. Feels this order block and breaker block, which was what I was aiming for. While yes, just NQ just sweeps them out. So not only that, on the high time frame, we need to have consideration into that. We are filling 4 hour fair value gap. So if we get, for me, again, like today was like yesterday, not yesterday, but like last week, you need to go into the markets with the idea that you do not want to take a trade, and this is exactly what I went to the market to do. I didn't want to take a trade today, and that's really the mentality that you need to have. Market open, we create this bearish SMT, and even before market open, my bias was bullish. Even though we are filling for a gap and everything, and we had that bullish SMT, what I wanted was order block and breaker block to get filled, and by that getting filled, we are sweeping out all these 5 minute lows, these 5 minute lows, these 5 minute lows, and that's very good. We are sweeping out low time frame, low resistance liquidity to probably move higher to at least these London session highs, which were relatively highs. That was my main target for the day, and I actually closed down my position right here, giving a 2.13 risk to reward ratio. Then yeah, let's go to the execute. So pretty much that's what we got. I went into the 1 minute once we got that bullish SMT that we made, and really I was being patient. We formed the bearish SMT 5 minutes into market open. I can show you 10 minutes into market open. We formed the bearish SMT. So right there I was being patient because right here we sweep out these 5 minute highs. Right here we did not sweep them out in NQ. That was pretty much basically it. Let me show you guys. Yep, we create a bearish SMT, we move lower, then I'm waiting for continuation confluence. You kind of feel equilibrium on the 5 minutes. We also feeling the other block and breaker block are gone, so don't really care about that, but we are feeling equilibrium. So if we get this inverse level gap, I was going to enter, even though the risk to reward ratio, I can show you guys. Let me take this. Wasn't the best, again, like this wouldn't be ideal for first take profit. So really, I was being super patient. And again, like going to the markets with the idea that you do not want to trade is much better than trying to force a trade into the market otherwise. So yeah, I waited more, price went lower. And at this stage, I'm monitoring both TS and both NQ. More NQ, even though this was the leading index overall, and I should be tracking a trade here. I did not like the risk to reward ratio, and we create these relative equal highs, which are good. So I know that these relative equal highs plus these highs right here are super strong draw liquidity, but we need to also take in consideration that this is a bearish SMT right here on ES, where on NQ we create that bearish SMT right here because we have 2 highs right here, and then on NQ we only have 1 that swept all those highs. So we also need to take that into consideration. And really for me, I was going to enter, was looking at both, and I was going to enter on the one that gave me the best entry basically. So we are feeling equilibrium, 5 minute equilibrium. Even though we are in the leading index right now, I'm just we are just so much in a better position on NQ that I'm going to enter on NQ, and that's exactly what happened. I can maybe show you guys. Let me check. Yeah, we are on NQ right now. That was pretty much my entry. I'll explain my entry and then I'll tell you, or I can go there to yes and show you. But even though this was the leading index overall, like price was super choppy right here. There was really not much. The breakout structure was all the way up here. And again, this is not the trade because I did not take this trade, but this was the time that I was going to take, that I took the trade on ES, on NQ. And the risk to reward ratio as well wasn't the best, up to these 5 minute highs, and then we didn't have much. Of course we have all these low time frame, low resistance liquidity, but in the 1 hour we didn't even have the 1 hour high. This is not even a 1 hour high. This is a 30 minute high. So was a bit of intuition really, because the leading index is overall the best, and don't get me wrong, it's overall the best, but right here we didn't even feel the order block or breaker block on 5 minutes.
The market is open.
Market is open, I guess. Yeah, it's a Asian session. That's funny. So yeah, let's really, if you feel this more of this order block and breaker block and sweep down these 5-minute lows down here, great, but really not. So I wasn't really keen on trading on ES. Also, the risk to reward ratio wasn't the best. Like the breaker structure would have been not even right here. It would have been like right here. Like look at this risk to reward ratio. Of course, I would have tightened it up, but not even a 1-to-1. That's really, for me, that was really more of the market intuition rather than, yeah, that was pretty much it. So I entered a trade on 1 minute break of structure. We have this high right here. We get the break of structure, boom, right here immediately. I was also looking at this inverse value gap. We get that to the downside, which I was waiting for to get the respect on this candle. We did not. Went down, boom, enter on this 1 minute break of structure. Stop loss below these 1 minute lows, below the S&T, and that was pretty much it. First take profit was on these 5-minute highs. Yep, it's 5-minute highs. First take profit, I took out 2 contracts right here, and second take profit was all the way up here on these relative equal highs. I took 2 more contracts, and then I closed all my position right here at the end of this 1 hour fair value gap. Juka, why didn't you keep the trade more to these highs and these highs? Because really my main targets were really these London session highs. As you guys can see, when the 1 hour, you can see it better. We have these 1 hour highs, then we have a further gap, then we have liquidity, but like it's a little bit far away. This is, I thought we were going, like, this is a high chance of reversal out of this to potentially fill more of this 4 hour further gap, because I do believe we are going to fill more of this further gap. It's not even filled in the majority of it, not even equilibrium of it. So yeah, for me, this was a good chance to price to reverse lower, and I closed all my position really right here at 1308. Really, it was right here on this candle week. So very good position. I made $495. Risk again low, and now I can risk more because I'm actually in a good position in my account, which is great. Happy with how I managed the trade. Of course, some guys will say, oh, like you should have kept to these highs, but like this is not even equal highs. These are only a single high. Are these relative equal highs? Okay, nice. Then it would have been a good draw from liquidity for the day. I did not check that out. I thought it wasn't, but it was not even. It was a 1 hour high. So yeah, maybe I should have looked into it. But like, and then we have these highs and these highs, which I wanted to target, but these highs as well, like low time frame. But for me, it was a little bit further away, and yeah, that's why I took the trade that I took where I took. So yeah, not sad about it or anything. Like, it was a good trade. I made good money with it, especially considering the low risk that I've been managing the last few days. Like again, like especially on ES, as you can see, like it hit the take profit that I wanted. Like these are London session highs. These highs are the same as these relative equal highs, and as you can see on ES, what happened? It hit those highs and then it hit break even. See, so that was what I was expecting from NQ. So my thought was correct, So I went well with closing out my position there. So my thought process was correct. Just yeah, NQ moved higher and didn't have that kind of big retracement that we had on ES. That was basically it. A little bit of luck, sure, but I closed my position because I use my model and I follow my rules. I don't care about luck. I really made my own luck. So yeah, not the best risk to reward ratio. Probably people in comments are going to say, oh, not the best reward ratio. But hey, I was down $1,000 and now I'm not down $1,000. So just goes to show that if you are disciplined, if you work hard, you can recover. And again, like I was down $1,000 on the account. Now I'm almost there. So it's looking good. So yeah, of course, always keep working hard and always keep improving. And this goes to show that, if you keep your head down, focus on yourself, really don't focus on other people, because those other people are not going to be the people that trade on you, that are going to trade for you. Like I watched TGR trade last week, and I watched a bit of today, but then I said to myself, like, okay, the way he trades is not the way I trade, even though it's the same strategy, same whatever. We are different people, so we are not going to have the same exact trades. That's basically it. So yeah, that's why I didn't watch his trade recap, even though it was the same thought process. I'm in my journey of the day trader is in his journey, and again, I'm grateful for everything he teach me, the strategy, the everything really, liquidity, everything. He brought me to the world of ICT concepts, SMC concepts, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. But now it arrives at a stage where, you know, it can only help you so far. You know, when you know strategy, psychology, you know what you need to do every single day. You kind of need to say goodbye, because yes, he's a good trader, but you know, you cannot be dependent. Trading is a very personal thing. You cannot be dependent on another person for the rest of your life. You know, you need to focus on yourself. You need to keep working on yourself every single day and improve on yourself, because trading is very personal. You know, it's your lessons. Every time you lose in the market, it's a lesson you learn. Sometimes maybe you lose and TGR wins. Sometimes maybe you win and TGR loses. So it's different, you know, for everybody. And you need to see your losses and improve on that. Of course, if you are beginning and if you are learning, go and watch his videos, go watch his recaps, his trade wins and everything. Learn from it as much as possible. But from then you need to go to let it go, you know, and start learning from yourself, you know, how the markets move, the liquidity and everything. Because if you watch too much other people, you are going to feel dependent on them, you know. You're going to feel like the need to be, you know, handheld by another person. And you don't need to be hand. You need to be patient and you need to be independent, you know, on trading. You know, that's something I've been saying. Like, a lot of people have been going to social media, see this guy trade, oh, this guy trades, oh, this guy trades. Fuck those people. You know, trade the way you want to trade, bro. That's basically it. It's your strategy. You know it works. Good. Now work on yourself and work on your model. You know, don't look at these people. That's noise, bro. Focus on yourself and focus on what works. I have a model that works. I've been backtesting. I've been showing you, literally for the past 2 months. Every single day. Not every single day, but you guys have seen the videos. Every single day. Me losing, sure. Majority of my losses were my mistake, sure, and I learn from them. But when I win, you know, I go and show you as guys as well. Because, you know, you need to learn from the losses and from the wins and never stop working. This is a very difficult skill, especially mentally, because, you know, you need to stick to your plan. I lost last week. I lost $280 on Monday, or $300 on Monday, or Monday or Tuesday. You guys can see the recap. Because I was not patient Monday. Because I was not patient. I had the plan written down. Why didn't I follow it? And that's something I want to say here. You know, it should be harder for you to take a trade than to not take a trade. And this is really a big lesson that you guys need to learn. You know, some of you guys go into the markets and you guys want to trade, and that shit is going to hurt you so much on the long run. And it hurt me. I went into the markets every single day, wanted to trade. What happened? I was taking trades I was taking trades in days that I shouldn't even trade. But the worst, I was taking trades earlier than what I should have entered. Why? Because I was so eager to trade, not miss out on the move. Bro, fuck missing out. Even if you miss the move, fuck it. At least you did not lose, bro. Because if you say, oh, if I entered earlier, I would have got this move, bro. Yes, but what about next day? You entered early and you got fucked. What about next day? You entered early, you got fucked. Stick to your fucking plan, bro. That's really the main thing that I want to tell you guys. And it's getting late, so I'm not going to tell you much more than that. Just, yeah, be independent. That's really the thing, the lesson I want to tell you guys. Is just focus on yourself, focus on what works for you, and keep improving day by day. 1%, 1%, 1%. Of course, if you are learning, go to ICT, go to his mentorships, whatever you want to learn, whatever his models want to learn. Go to TGR strategy. He has a very good strategy. It works. I'm improving it to you. Of course, it's been adjusted for myself. You know, the lessons I learned and everything. You know, you just learn with the experience, because, you know, if you put a strategy into a computer and do trading, it will probably lose a lot of money, because it's not only strategy itself. You need to have all the liquidity concepts and everything where the market wants to go. Like today, I knew the market was bullish. I knew we were targeting these London session highs. That was my target. So now the entry is not really much important, you know. Like, of course, you cannot enter like stupidly, but you know where the market wants to go. So be patient to what makes sense for you to market to do, so that we can move higher. We get a bullish S&P, nice. Waiting for continuation confluence. We are feeling this equilibrium, nice. I'm waiting for a break of structure, reversal gap, or 79% Fibonacci extension. We do not get any of those. So what I do? I wait. We go lower. Then what? We get a break of structure. Then what? I enter. Easy. Not easy, but simple. This is simple. You guys are complicated the simple things, and that's really what's not making you profitable. And that's really not what's making you have success in life. Yes, Juka, you closed way too early. Sure, but look at yes. Look what happened at yes. You know, you guys can say, oh, if I was you, I would keep the position open. Look what happened at yes. Take profit, hit, boom, break even. what I was expecting MQ to do, and I didn't even look at the AS. This is just market intuition. This take profits hit, retracement, and then we move higher. So why the hell am I not closing more positions when I have the opportunity to close more positions? You know, it makes sense for me to close, so I will close. This is the way I trade. You know, you guys shouldn't worry about the results of other people. Sometimes I go on Reddit and see people doing, you know, 25k payouts on 150k accounts. So 125k payout basically in 2 weeks. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Good results. But I'm not dumb. I'm not in a stage that they are. Maybe they have been struggling for 3 years in trading, and now they have just seen success, you know. So why am I trying to compare myself to others? I should compare myself to myself and improve every single day. And that's exactly what you guys need to do. You guys are too dependent on other people. You know, what is TGR doing? What is ICT daily bias? You know, ICT is not going to be here forever for you to say the daily bias every single day. You know, one day it doesn't say the daily bias, you are like, oh my god, what will I do? You guys don't know why. You are too dependent on other people. Trading is a very personal game, and if you want to make this your life, you guys need to be able to do money by yourself, not dependent on other people. And guess what I've been doing, you know? I gained some confidence back from literally last week. You guys have seen me last week a little bit better. You guys can see 2 weeks ago how it was. I lost $1,000 in 2 weeks ago. Look now, you know? You recover from it and you learn from it. 2 weeks ago, I was completely destroyed in terms of confidence. I didn't know what I was doing. And every single trade that I took was a big mistake. Why? I did not know anything. I was lost. But what about now? What about the confidence I've built right now? You know? It's a little bit like that, guys. And that's really, there's no secret from trading other than having a model that works and sticking to your model. That's pretty much it. And one thing that I want to tell you guys, because you guys have been forcing trades, I'm pretty sure of it. Stick to your model, guys. Don't rush trades. And guys, you are talking to literally a guy that was $1,000 down, literally 2 trades away from blowing his funded account. And now I have more than buffer to risk. Now I can risk high, and I'll probably start risking more, but not super high for now. Then once we build a bigger buffer, I can risk more, and then we can start risking like we were risking on the last 2 weeks of on the last week that I passed my funded. If you guys remember that, I was risking like 500, 400. That was big risk, you know. Now I'm risking 300 only. Yeah, it's not great. It's not big, but it's not also small. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't want to kill you guys too much with information or anything. Just be yourself, you know. Improve every single day, and that's basically it's not too hard. Stick to your plan, man, and really just be disciplined, you know. Go into the markets and really do this exercise. Go into the markets and say, I do not want to trade today. That's what I've been saying yesterday, last week. That's what I've been saying today. It's working for me. If you take off Monday of last week, which was where I forced a trade, you know, it works. Go into the market with mentality, I do not want to trade. And this is exactly how I'll come tomorrow. Even though there is no news tomorrow, again, that good day tomorrow for trading. Bro, if I don't like what I see, like it was today, you know, like for me, price could just fill more of this fair gap. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. I have the draws on liquidity. I need my entry. I'm waiting. Why didn't you enter here? I'm waiting. Why didn't you enter on this breakout structure? I'm waiting. And guess what? Patience always pays off. Patience will always pay off, bro. And that's something you need to learn about it, bro. And that's basically it. I'm not going to steal too much of your time with it. I don't even know how long the video is. 18 minutes is insane for a trade recap. But that's basically it. Some lessons that I dropped. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video again. If you did, make sure to leave a like. And yeah, see you guys on tomorrow, hopefully. I'll drop the backtesting video soon. I think, I don't know, it's too late for me to talk. So I don't know if I'll record the rest of the video. If I'll just drop part 2. I'll probably drop part 2 now, and tomorrow I'll drop part 3. So that's basically it. So see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'll be dropping part 3 of the backtesting video, and that's basically it. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.